make opposition teams hate coming here and have the crowd just make it miserable every time you visit.
And already an infringement.
Geelong's way.
Okay, Geelong's free.
Thank you, time that gone.
Hands it up to Bartel. Sloppy kick. Corey makes it work. Long, Podsy Ardley got there, bounced off his forehead, and it's down to the contest. Grover caught. Stevie Johnson into the Subin tackle. No prior opportunity. Didn't necessarily try that hard to get rid of it.
And now it's on. They're having a little bit of a box up. There you hear it. The umpire said you have to make an attempt in a reasonable amount of time, and he didn't do that. He was just happy to accept that he was wrapped up. You've just got to wiggle the arms. Just give the umpire an out. That's all he's looking for.
And is that out on the full? No, Mundy on the line. Another hush. Falls over Patersons Stadium. Hugs the line. Sandlin's the man. Got it. Wants to come inboard. Good kick. Johnson. Well, not sure about the fake. One way then the other. Main the target this time. And he turned his man Hunt inside out. He's got Kepler Bradley. He's already kicked a couple at that end.
Now, I'll tell you what, he's working hard, Kepler Bradley. And let's be honest. He's not quicker than Harry Taylor. I guarantee you he's not quicker in a sprint than Harry Taylor. But he had 10 metres on the lead there. He is getting busy. Harry Taylor's just giving him a little bit of leeway, just backing himself to read the play and cut off the angles. But Kepler Bradley just working hard, creating opportunities for himself.
I haven't led since early in the opening term, Fremantle. For goal number 3 at that end, Kepler across the face. 5 went up, can't mark. Main looked around, saw Pavlich, slapped it to him, takes on Ling and drops it. Must have got a toe on it, otherwise that would have been ball. Kelly throws it out. McPhee, Ballantyne, floater. Crowley sits under it. Alton's with the reach, knocks it down. Guthrie, well played. Mackie looks up. He has Corey. Bartel. He looks up, not a lot to go to. Back to Guthrie. A shrug, a don't argue. Back to Ling. McPhee was there. Hard, tight contest. Guthrie, Mackie. So backwards to get out of pressure. Milburn, Ottens, Enright, all having a piece of it. I want to come back into the corridor. Not a lot to go to there. So the delivery man, Taylor Hunt, normally hits a chest. Sits it up long. And getting back in the hole, McFarlane.
Good work from Grover to keep Tom Hawkins out of the contest. Didn't allow him to get there and create the spoil.
Subin to Duffield, who can get and go. Mackie shuts him down. McPhee. Cats getting numbers back, so De Boer, a look away kick. He played on. No. Just thought about it. And Corey holds him up. The lead comes from Pavlich. That's ignored. Just thumped forward. Sandlin's the tall man up there. Ottens threw him out of the way and marked it.
Great work.
Kelly short. Duncan. He can go. Sees Podsy Ardley wide. And McFarlane beats him to it. Hasn't been the Pods night so far in his first game back. Johnson.
It wasn't a great kick from Mitch Duncan, though. He had to sit and prop under it, allowed McFarlane to run and take the mark.
Duffield. Every cat in front of him. Fee with the lead. Ignored. Grover. The only 30-year-old in this Fremantle lineup, Anthony Grover. They've all got plenty of time together. They're still growing as a team. McFarlane.
Yeah, he's got
Duffield.
Johnson.
They've stretched the Geelong zone now by going back. Johnson wide.
Stretch the zone, but I don't think they'd be too unhappy, Geelong, because they're actually saving some legs.
Yep.
They're in front, and it'll come back as a benefit as the quarter goes on, as the game goes on.
Another floater. Fife. Oh, he had a lot of it. Not enough of it, obviously. Gets a free. Hasn't seen much of it tonight. Fife. Mundy. Spears it to the pocket. Cut off by Mackie. Cats will want to come to the open side if they can. Johnson the target. Oh, Ballantyne, and he drops it. Johnson tried to cut him down. Ballantyne gets the snap away. That was ugly.
Andrew Mackie has kicked the ball poorly all night. He has turned it over so many times. He just needs to take a little bit more care. It was the right option, but it needed to be a very, very good kick, and he just kicks a real floater.
He's only sitting at 43% with his kicking efficiency, and I don't know whether he's got the new boots on, Jace, but I don't think they'll last past tonight.
Oh, Johnson just got a handball away in time. He was dropped in the finals last year by Mark Thompson. Andrew Mackie has been a star for a long time, 130 games now. Premiership player, of course. But according to Mark Thompson, had a flat spot last September. Pavlich through traffic to Bohr. McPhee, was it touched? It's wide anyway. Might stay in play. Main slapped clear behind. My edge ever closer.
Chris, keep coming back, mate.
Hunt, look away kick, Ling. Mackie's there for him. Needs to hit a target this time. Straight to Hill. Cut off. Fife, it's coming back. Main is short. He's missed. Pavlich was missed. They're both there. Bradley shrugs the tackle. Can have the snap. That's a little wide. Stays in play though. And thumb clear by Enright.
He's having a horror, Andrew Mackie.
Isn't he?
That's another dreadful kick. Then he misses the tackle on Kepler Bradley. He's down on confidence. He continues to apologise to his teammates, but he's just got to make sure he hits his next target. He's just got to pick an easy option, hit the target, get his confidence back up.
It's the response that we're looking for now. I think everyone for Geelong is looking just for a response from Andrew Mackie. Can he turn things around with a quarter and a half to go?
Sandlin's electing not to flick back in that situation, which might surprise a few. Otten's with him. You can see almost every player in one half. Sandlin's and Otten's again. Sandlin's takes it out of the air, gets caught. Did he get a kick away? No, that's ball.
Hold the ball, took it out of the ruck.
That's the rule.
Hold the ball. Took it out of the ruck. Not a clean kick.
That's umpire Vozzo explaining the rule for those who are new to the game. Stokes to Menzel. Thumb clear of him. Everywhere you look, it's a battle. It's been ferocious. Heavy collisions. No major injuries yet, but they've been throwing everything at it. Sandlin's flicked down. Wojcinski shoots it wide. Guthrie heard the voice. Stokes doesn't keep it alive.
Good pressure from Fife.
They've really lifted their pressure in the first 7 minutes of this quarter, Fremantle.
Stokes, the player they knew they had to shut down, is coming off a pretty good game last week, an 18 handball game against the Saints. The ruckman tie up again. Sandlin's ball. Well, Mark Harvey setting the press this week. Umpire should watch for Sandlin's being grabbed a bit more often, so he sent the warning out. Mundy, short. Pavlich.
Should he go back and bomb one?
Torpedo.
I reckon he can really get there with a drop punt.
Oh, and he chips it.
Clever.
Oh, yes.
Look away kick. Subin.
Terrible defence there because there's no one within 15 metres of Nick Subin.
This for the lead. And here's some applause. That's for Matthew Pavlich coming off, having a rest. Nick Subin has it in his hands. Have not led since early stages of the opening term. Fremantle. Cats opened up a 22-point lead at one stage, threatened to break the game open, and Fremantle have just been unable to take the lead back since then.
Normally a beautiful kick, Nick Subin, but it's funny, you put some blokes in front of the sticks and the confidence just goes out the window.
He lost a bit of confidence last year, injury-riddled 2010 Nick Subin. His numbers were way down in many categories. Taylor can't mark it. WA boy back home, Harry Taylor.
Tell you what, that's a big kick out from Josh Hunt. That's 20 metres outside the 50-metre arc.
Hadn't been out of Western Australia until he left and went to Geelong, Harry Taylor. First 21 years of his age, never left the state. Back in his old home state again now. Little push against Otten. Sandlin's ball.
Pushed him out, mate. Thank you.
It didn't take much to push him out.
This will be 6 inside 50s to 2 in this quarter, so they need to start to capitalise the Dockers.
Yeah. Hill driving left foot. No. Pavlich down there. Hunt Read it well, couldn't complete the deal. Gets it from Chapman. Kelly, short. Taylor Hunt, bumped. It was legal. Shirt front, still allowed in the game, as long as you don't go high. Varco, Ottens, Chapman, Main cuts him off. Hill, this is for the lead. Crowley.
Good pressure. Again, it was a despairing dive from Paul Chapman, who'd messed it up with the hand pass, very keen to make amends, and he did just that.
They couldn't even tie it up. Yeah, should have kicked that. Ball at half forward for the Dockers still. A tie-up. A baller.
Yeah, but no problems. You saw him making the attempt. That's all the umpire wants to see.
It's been out of the frying pan into the fire every time Geelong's tried to get it out of their defence in the last 5 minutes. Ottens down. Bartell. Corey. And they get it out of there. Wide ball. Hawkins. And it rolls across the line.
You made a valid point, John. They've had so much ball forward. If you don't make the most of those opportunities, eventually it comes back to haunt you. And normally the opposition goes down the other end once and kicks a goal, don't they?
And that just flattens you.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroys your spirit.
Bulldog Games record holder Brad Johnson with us tonight, as he will be all year. The ball got it from McPhee. It opens up again. Sends it long. Kepler Bradley edges Taylor out. Runs back onto it. He was half held, manhandled. Harry Taylor. That was a kick, was it?
Yeah, he got a foot to it.
Okay. Enright. Little shrug on Main.
Gotta love the work of Corey Enright.
Yeah, he's been good.
Always gets back off his man and gives his other defenders a good chop out.
Chapman to Ling. So Enright, Chapman, Ling, and now Duncan. Inboard. Taylor Hunt sends it to Johnson. Had a metre on the other Johnson and couldn't make something of it.
Yeah, he's
as you can
upset.
see his displeasure.
He's upset because that was a really good kick. There's some didn't take the mark, Corey Enright, but he's very quick to mop up. He did get a little toe to it. Well done, Harry Taylor.
Sandlin's out of the ruck. We'll see if Murphy's Law prevails here. One inside 50 to the Cats for the last 7 minutes. Will they get a score from it?
Oh.
Sandlin's a wobbly kick. It's coming back. Taylor Hunt. Ling. Chapman in game 200. Bustles his way through. Back to Ling. Back to Chapman. Working it around Corey.
Got some numbers
Okay, they're out here.
Mackie. Okay. Wachinski uses some toe. He can go all the way from there and he knows it. That's a horrendous kick. And a little push.
I thought that was really poor vision from David Wachinski. He had Matthew Stokes.
Yep.
45 out on a 45-degree angle. A little chip pass. He goes back and has a set shot.
McFarlane.
It's not a great kick either.
Well, Fife might go. Does. And that's a pluck. It's been paid to Duncan. Fife went for the mark. Could have topped it out. And Duncan sits it up. Menzel. Well, it wasn't his ball, and he made it his. He's taken a couple of good marks tonight. Fremantle, opportunity after opportunity to take the lead. Cats get it down their end. The first time in 7 minutes.
They haven't scored yet, you're right. And Freo just added a couple of points. This would be huge if he kicks the goal.
He's got 2 goals, Menzel. This is for number 3. The banana.
That's what happens.
It's bizarre, but it's Murphy's Law.
Yep. That's exactly what we spoke about, John. I don't know why it happens. You dominate play, but you don't get on the scoreboard. The opposition has a half opportunity. He's carried the pack. He's almost surprised himself when the ball fell in his arms, but the finish was quite exquisite. And it really was just a goal out of nothing. Look at this beautiful finish.
And you're right, Jace. It's giving yourselves the opportunity to put away a quality opposition.
Well, they dropped him Wednesday. Did play round 1. This is game number 4 for Daniel Menzel. But it's going to be hard to drop him after this performance. 3 goals. Mundy tried to shoot a handball out to Pavlich. Hit him in the back. Turnover. Wachinski, Kelly, Varco the target, and that's a strong grab, brilliant grab, Van Berlo. Johnson, Now McPhee, he's got the hand. Oh, he spent that before it earned it. Duncan, can they make them pay? Ling, he's got Hawkins if he wants him. Wants to go wider. In fact, he wants to go down the middle with a bouncing ball. Bartel, can he hit a target? Short, doesn't. Hits Van Berlo. Mundy, Subin, Broughton. The ball. 16 minutes gone, third term. The winner of this tonight will remain undefeated. It'll be the perfect start to the season. The loser falls back into the pack. Mundy. Free kick. Got an arm.
Right under the shoulder, chopped his arm. Mark's it, James, hold it.
Possession number 23 coming up for David Mundy. Hugs the boundary. Pavlich is there and he protects McPhee.
Well, he drops a sitter and then he takes a good one like that in the space of a minute.
Too far out to score.
Sandlin's deep forward. Harry Taylor's got the job on him.
It's in the Sandlin's direction and he had hands on it. Ling with the crumb. Enright solid again. Chapman solid again. Long. And Ottens will need to take this out. It's a 1-on-3 and it rolls out. That was a precision kick.
Yep, good result for the Cats.
You called it, Jay. Sandilands down deep, but 2 or 3 of the Fremantle forwards ran past the contest. That's where you just need to get front and square.
Because you know he's either going to mark it or bring it down.
That's right.
McPhee. Clean gather. Fife. Look away handball from him was okay. Mundy short. De Boer can go for goal. Sidestep inside. Main. Trouble coming. Gives it up. Good man to give it to. Pavlich from 45. Long ball. Goal square. Walters is down there. Did he get a hand on it? Won't matter. Hill kicks it out of the arena.
Gee, Josh Hunt's got his hands on his head. He just needed to get a fist on the ball. And he had an airy when attempting the spoil. He was in perfect position to affect the spoil, take it through for the rush behind and then reset with the kick out. It was Matthew Pavlich that decided enough mucking around, let's have a shot for goal. Didn't make the journey.
There was this bit of play here by Walters. Just put a little bit of body pressure on.
Yeah, he went with the 2 hands and missed it.
Yeah, and took Hunt just off the line of the ball.
Goal to Hill and Glenn Jakovic. Fremantle have used their sub.
Yes, they certainly have. Dwayne Reece Palmer comes on for the first time in the expense of Nick Lower.
Anything wrong with Nick Lower, Jacko?
No, he's run off. He's got his red jacket on now and he's just moving up and down the boundary line, taking in some power rate.
There he is, Nick Lower with the red jacket on, and it's game on. It's a 1-point game. Corey bangs a difficult ball inside 50. Menzel was down there. Subin gets the crumb. They're inspired at the moment, the Dockers. Walters, good fist though, Enright. It's been superb all night. Walters equal to it here. Wide ball, McPhee on the line. Can they take the lead? Had their chances.
I'll see one thing Reece Palmer will get as he gets his first touch. He'll give you some run. He can run all day, this kid.
And many a possession as well. And he hit a target. Floats it up. Main, big fly.
Good strong mark. We commented about the size of Chris Main. He's a good size. He moves well. Skillful player. He needs to convert now. Fremantle need to get reward for how much play they've had going forward in this quarter. And it's interesting with Reece Palmer coming on. When will Geelong respond? Well, when will Chris Scott decide to use his substitute?
For the lead. Goal umpire does a bit of dancing. All tied up. Yeah, that's the big question, guys, because if they get an injury now, Fremantle, they'll be a man down.
Yep.
They've used their sub as a tactical move, not an injury move. Geelong still has the opportunity to make that decision. Taylor and Hunt, both there. Crowley, Sandlands. Big man drops it, turns it over. Ling to Corey. Not a lot to go to forward. Holds it up, splendid. Great poise. Kick not so good. Robertson, he dropped it. And he was manhandled. No, Geelong free. Chapman's ball.
And now they've got players everywhere running into space.
Stevie Johnson wants it long. Chapman got. Well, he goes short. Ling.
Oh, please. That's got to be 15.
The umpire's called not 15. And the crowd here roaring their pleasure. But it looked about 16 or 17. The footy gods see Geelong get it back. And now Fremantle do have an injury. They've got a man down. And the ball in Duncan's hands.
Wasn't much in it. Just a little bump with Corey Enright.
Okay, Ottens. And he takes the mark. Kepler Bradley in the hands of trainers.
Yeah, he's a little bit proppy, but there was really very little in that. He was entitled to block his run, Corey Enright, as he held his position as the footy came over.
Oh, here we go.
Cameron Ling's into him.
Captain Cameron Ling just letting him know. Well, if he stays on, I suppose you're allowed to test the injury out.
Oh, we love a bit of
it was more Bradley going to Ling then.
Yep.
Okay. Well, he's obviously fine for the lead back. They lead by that. Or behind.
It's a bad miss for Brad Ottens. It was a good square-up kick. He's got to make the most of those. Now,
Valentine's into him.
Into Brad Ottens, and that is just a mismatch of epic proportions.
They're actually lucky not to give away 50 there to interfere with someone coming off the ground.
Yep.
It's something that the umpires were looking closely at. The emergency umpire obviously missed that one.
Bradley might fly this. He doesn't. Mundy goes. 3 fumbles in the mark.
Valentine's broken for him.
Now Melbourne's there with him. It's all about the bounce. It was unkind. Ball in.
Well, that would have been an interesting foot race, because I don't think Darren Milburn would have caught Hayden Valentine if he got the right bounce.
Been an outstanding contest from the get-go. When these two teams met here in round 3 last year, it was Fremantle by 7 points in a thriller. Big night from Sandlands that night. Hill, they get their chance again. Long kick, Crowley in the goal direction. All about the bounce again. It's unkind and it doesn't even score. Enright, floater.
Shocking.
And Hunt was equal to it. Main hunts him down. Spears it to the midfield and they're away. Splendid kick. Creates the loose man.
Oh, they can run it here. Got to run it.
Stokes to Johnson. Looks up, sees it's Brad Ottens and says, I might go the distance myself. From 60, drives it long, goal square, almost Menzel. Has he marked it?
Knock it out.
Through for a behind.
It's very lucky there.
Yeah.
Freo could have got punished again. They've had 12 inside 50s for 1 goal, 3 this quarter.
Nearly
and Menzel nearly took a fantastic grab.
Yeah, pretty ordinary kick from Steve Johnson. He backed himself to run to 50 and kick it. Didn't make great contact.
Cats by 2 points. Subin. Boots it long. Sandland's the target. Ottens has been with him all night. It's been a fantastic battle.
Just have a look at this. There's very little in that. Very little. He just held his ground, Corey Enright, because he was on the attacking side of the contest. The ball was coming out wide to his side of the contest. He just held his ground.
Ottens tried to rip it out of the air. Pavlich slick to Broughton. Reece Palmer, fresh man on. Doesn't find a target though. Hunt gets back and that's almost 50. Well played, De Boer. Did enough. Holds him up.
Got Bartel out on the far wing. He'd nearly get there with the kick.
Guthrie. Gee, that's not 15. And it didn't carry anyway. To Hunt. Enright.
It'll still nearly end up with Bartel. He's been out there a long time.
Taylor. And now Corey can get and go. He is all alone, Joel Corey. Past targets are plenty. He wants Johnson. Free kick for an arm slap against Johnson to Johnson.
He paid the hand in the back on that one, Dwayne. That's what the umpire signalled.
Will you have another crack from 55? He sits it up for Ottens. Good pass.
Well, he's had a side of Brad Ottens. He missed one from directly in front, 45 out only moments ago. You wouldn't expect him to miss 2 regulation shots in a row. Normally a pretty good set shot.
And pushing forward on Sandilands, which is pretty positive. It's positive play.
Good decision that against Michael Johnson. He put 2 hands in the back of Steve Johnson.
20 seconds.
Umpire tells Brad Ottens he's used 20 for an 8-point lead.
Oh,
he's shanked it, and front spot Podsiadly can't mark it. Sandlands was caught behind.
He took a divot with that one.
Fife keeps it alive. Duffield caught by Stokes. He dropped that. That's ball. And Stokes, who is the sharpshooter in the Geelong lineup, can have a crack from 49.
Can we start to blame the ball? Is there something going on? Is it flat? Is there something?
Well, we've seen some players kick it beautifully.
Stokes maybe just beyond his range. Hands it back. Chapman. That's not 15. Corey back to Chapman. Surely that's not a set play. Surely not.
That's brilliant.
That is a great goal. The give and go with a kick, though.
Well, I don't know why he didn't hand pass in the first place, but gee, they worked it well. I think he was a little surprised when he got the hand pass, Paul Chapman. He was just standing there, he pretty much guarded. Got a shock. Oh, well, better do something. Look at this little chip. That could have been a hand pass, but he gets it back, and the finish is brilliant. There's Paul Chapman in his 200.
You see Big Sandilands sitting in the goal square.
Yep, waiting for the big one.
Waiting for the big one in.
There's a gun, Chappie.
It was actually a joke early in Paul Chapman's career that he was only on the list to drive Gary Ablett Jr. to training. They both lived at Torquay, and Gazza Jr. didn't have a licence.
I dare say he's one of the first pick now, and there's not a coach in the league that wouldn't want Paul Chapman in his side.
Absolutely. He's been in Ablett's shadow, but he's not anymore. And at the moment, they're doing well without him. Johnson, dying seconds. Third term, drives it long. Chapman goes, knocks it down. Subin bumped on the kick. Palmer. Will they attack or just soak up the remaining seconds? It's been told how long left. Called to play on. Johnson. And almost a turnover, and time enough for a Geelong score here. Johnson looks up, no pass targets, floats it to Wachinski. Brilliant kick.
Yeah. That was well weighted. And what he did do was he knew who it was running. I thought he'd overkicked it when he first let it go, but it was David Wachinski. And he knew if he kicked it high enough that David Wachinski had the pace to run onto it. And he'll kick this after the siren. Boy, this could hurt. This could really hurt.
Now, been told Geelong have used their sub, so Christensen is on for his first game. All eyes on Wachinski from 35. Misses. Three-quarter time at Patersons Stadium. It's Guthrie off, that's been subbed off. Alan Christensen on just before the siren, and it's the Cats by 9.